Hey home cooks, welcome back to Gregcipes. Today I'm making basil pesto. Basil pesto is a raw Italian sauce that's really easy to make if you're using a food processor. But I don't have one with me right now, so I'm going to try to show you the more traditional but a little more labor intensive way of making it with a mortar and pestle. The first thing we're going to do is toast some pine nuts. So we're just going to throw some pine nuts into a dry pan and let it cook over a low heat until they get nice and brown and toasty. These are also a pretty tasty snack on their own. I'm going to let the toasted pine nuts cool down to around room temperature before I start making the pesto. So the first thing I'm going to throw into my mortar is a clove of garlic and my pine nuts. And I'm just going to mash those together until they're a nice paste. The next thing that needs to go in are my basil leaves, and you want to use a lot of basil leaves. Along with the basil, I'm also going to add some coarse salt. After you've been grinding the ingredients for a while, you should end up with a nice bright green, almost pesto kind of paste. So now we're going to go ahead and put our cheese in. We're using Parmigiano Reggiano. It's really important that you use Parmigiano Reggiano and not just regular Parmesan, because Parmigiano Reggiano is aged, and since this is going in raw, you'll really be able to taste the cheese a lot more, and it's important that you get that aged Parmesan flavor, which you just don't get from regular Parmesan. We're just going to go ahead and add a little bit of the cheese because it's really strong, and we don't want it to overpower the basil. The last thing we need to add to this is just a little bit of olive oil, just to bring all the ingredients together as a cohesive sauce. So my mortar is kind of small, so I didn't really make a whole lot, but you don't really need a whole lot because all the flavors and aromas in this sauce are so concentrated and strong that a little bit really goes a long way. And you can put this on almost anything. Use it to season chicken, put it on pasta, put it on pizza, really anything you'd put an herb onto. Put this onto it, it'll taste great. And there you have it. Basil pesto. Alright, let's have a little taste. The basil flavor is really strong. It's really good. And it's got just like a little bit of a tiny bit of like a kick from the garlic, and the cheese is subtle, but I could taste it, and that is just really good. I hope you make it for yourself and you enjoy, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe for a new Gregcipes every Tuesday. That's super sauce that's really I can't speak! You should have a nice bright I meant to say bright, but I was going to say bright green, and my brain was like, great! What do you get? What do you get when you use a real cheese? Oh, I gotta do that again. I don't know what happened.